Hi there. Welcome to the Kingdom Bank Growth Hub Open Talk series, where we purpose to empower you, the entrepreneur, to grow in different aspects of your business. I'm your host, Christine Kasina. In today's topic, we are talking about business resolutions. Did you set resolutions at the beginning of the year? Why are they important? Why should we do them? We are joined by Frida Owinga, a business coach renowned and beloved by so many entrepreneurs, and she is the founder of Passion Profit, and she's here to empower us on the importance of business resolutions, why we should set them, and the best way to go about them. Frida, welcome to this conversation.
Thank you so much for having me, Christine.
You know, let me randomly ask you, do you set New Year resolutions or any form of resolutions?
I set resolutions every week, every month. Yeah. A year is just a set of 12 new months.
Which is true.
Yeah.
It's true. But traditionally, you know, people at the beginning of the year, they're so psyched up. I'm going to change this about my life. Number one, normally top of the list, I'm going to get healthy this year. I'll join the gym.
Those ones, yes.
I will
make more money.
You know? And then we come to February, maybe even the third week of January, and already you're thinking, oh my, this is so hard.
It is.
And this is just
it's
the
like
goals,
jumping off a cliff.
and this is just the goals in our day-to-day lives. Imagine now in business. Now when we come to business resolutions, do you ever set any?
You should. Do I? Yes,
Yeah.
I do. And it's important because I like the way you say that we set resolutions for our personal lives, but your business is as good as your personal life. They're really not separated.
That's
from
true.
Where I'm sitting. How I run my life is how I'm going to run my business.
Absolutely.
So if I'm reacting in my life, I'm going to react in business. Resolutions can help me to respond to life instead of reacting to life.
I like that.
So making a resolution in January is reacting to life. We knew January was going to come since October. So why are we waiting till January to make the resolution? Because it will mean different things to different people. A resolution is simply doing a review of what you have been doing and then resolving to do things differently because you did not get the results that you wanted. So when you think like that, you will not wait for January 1st. Ideally, you should be checking on your previous year before January 1st. So you're looking at before you get to the end of December, especially those that don't work in December, you should start thinking about the following year in October. So October, you start reviewing what have you done the last 10 months? How have you performed? And what do you want to do the next 12 months? So then you start making resolutions.
I like that.
And then you can rest in December, and then January you take off.
I like that. I like how you put it, that when it comes to resolutions, it's the definition is, and a good definition that you've put across is changing what is not working, sitting down to review.
Exactly.
When it comes to selling, this is what is not working. When it comes to my meetings, this is not what is working. I need to change A, B, C, D, E.
When you think like that, then it doesn't become an event of 1st January.
Yeah.
It becomes a way of life. Do you have resolutions for the week? What have you resolved to do this month? What have you resolved to do this week? What have you resolved to do today to get those results at the end of the week, which will accumulate to the end of the month?
Right. So could we then substitute resolutions to goal setting?
It's really just, you can use the word you want. It's just a word. I think it is the habit and the principle behind it that matters. Whatever you're setting, if you're setting a goal, it needs to have a timeline. And it needs to have it needs to be a clear target with a timeline.
A clear target with a timeline.
Yes. I want to make 100,000 more. I want to lose 20 kilos. I want to get married. It has to be, a goal needs to be specific. Yes.
What's interesting, and you mentioned at the beginning, is that even when you think about business resolutions, how you run your life literally feeds into how you run your business. So the values you hold, also the same.
How you do everything.
Yeah, yeah. I just wonder, what will hold me back from being committed to them? Because I know you've mentioned that, of course, they have to be SMART goals. I have written them down. I've sat down with a coach. I know what I need to do. I have the tools. But then remember, I'm also a human being.
We all are.
And we all are. And then there's also the aspect of sometimes commitment, something happens to it. So how do you as a business person stay committed to your business resolutions?
There's two things. One, you need to have a tool. Two, you need to have someone to hold you accountable. And 3, those are external things. But internally, you need to be sold out to this goal. Your goal needs to be inspirational, something that is pulling you, something that you want to wake up and do. And then every 30 days you put in what based on what you want to achieve in 12 months, what are you going to do the first 30 days? What are you going to do the first week? And then you measure yourself. I don't measure them, they measure themselves, and then they put in the plan for the following month. So at the end of the month when we meet, they say, okay, last month I scored XYZ, and next month I'm going to, these are the things that I plan to do.
What do you look for when you want to have somebody be your accountability partner? What should somebody look for?
The first thing they should look for, somebody who is, they can look for 2 things. One, a peer, somebody they're at the same level with, but they trust enough to get feedback from. Many people don't like feedback. And you know me, I'm very free with my feedback, and people get offended and all that. So I tell people I work with peak performers. And they say, so those of us that are not peak, the minute you send me an email and say that you're looking for somebody to push you, I'm not that person. No, because we are not here to be pushed. So, and I don't you're not a wheelbarrow. I love you, but I'm not going to push you. All right. I also need something to motivate me.
Right.
So pushing you is not very motivating. But anyway, you're looking for your accountability partner. It needs to be a peer, somebody who you trust, somebody you admire, somebody who can speak to you and you don't get offended. You can push back, but they can push you back.
Right.
Because they're holding you accountable to build a new muscle. They're not holding you accountable to make you feel good every day.
No.
No matter how good you are, there's always feedback to help you get better.
All right.
So a peer partner, look for somebody, a peer, somebody you trust, somebody you know that has your good interests at heart. So there needs to be some kind of relationship, and then you agree. I'd like you, Christine, to be my accountability partner.
Yeah.
These are the things I'm looking to achieve this year. Can we meet every week at XYZ time? And this is, when we meet, these are the 3 things that I ought to have done. And then you ask me, and if you have not done them, what should I do? Because that's where the problem comes.
Because there's no consequences.
There are no consequences. So they should be, the consequences should be a reward or whatever, all right? If you don't do it, what is going to happen? That helps to keep you in the narrow lane.
And finally, you're parting short to our business owners who are thinking, oh, I could do better in staying committed. A few pointers here and there on how this year they can stick to their business resolutions.
Wow. First of all, congratulations to every business owner out there. Running a business can be hard, but it doesn't have to be. How can they stick to their resolution? They really need to have a long view. Why are they having this resolution? So that the reason why will keep them at it. If the reason why is not strong enough, nothing is going to hold them to it. And if the reason changes along the way, it's all right. Don't kill yourself. Because if you find that every time I'm not committing to this thing, every time I'm not committing to this thing, maybe it's not the thing you should commit to anyway. It's okay to leave it and commit to something else. Don't kill yourself.
Find your strong why.
Find your strong why, absolutely.
Sometimes, we are so stuck on we have to achieve A, B, C, D, E because we set the goal at the beginning of the year. But it's good that we have that permission to reset our goals.
Yes. Is
there a way or pointers you can share with us on how we can go about resetting the goals?
Absolutely, Christine. Remember you said that we need to have a big why, right? So if your business goal is to make X more money this year, all right, and then along the way you feel it's not working, you need to define what is not working, all right? And do you still want, let's say you said you want to make 100,000 more, all right? So the path you chose to make 100,000 more is not working. Either you are not doing the sales calls, you are not able to do the digital marketing or whatever it is.
Right.
Is there something else that you can do? Do you still want 100,000 more? So if the goal is still to have 100,000 more, you may need to change the tactics. If they're not bringing, because if you want 100,000 more, let's pretend it's 120,000 more. So that means 10,000 every month. So every week you're going to need to have 2,500. Or you have remember the accountability part, at the end of the month you need to show your peer partner or your team or whoever is holding you accountable, we have 10,000 or we have 12,000. If we have 9,000, kuliandaje, what do we need to do to get it 10,000? So you get an opportunity to reset if you're having consistent conversations with your team or with your accountability partner or with your coach. Because when you see something is not working, if you continue doing the same thing, what do we call you? Insane.
And wanting to get different results.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. Thank you so much, Frida, for joining us on this conversation.
Thank you for having me.
And for everybody who's watching, perhaps they want to connect with you. Where can they find you?
It's pretty easy to find me, Christine. Facebook, number one. My sons have told me Facebook ni awaze. It's all right. That is where you can, the wazes can find me. The young people can also find me there. Facebook, Frida Owinga. LinkedIn, Frida Owinga.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Frida. On that note, we come to the end of this conversation. Today, we hosted Frida Owinga, a business coach. We talked about how we can stick to our business resolutions. And the important thing we need to remember is, one, know your big why, which is going to keep you motivated, to keep you excited so that you can keep going. If there's any other thing you would want Frida to come back and share as a business coach, please share in the comment section and we'll find ways to bring her back. If you have any feedback, please be sure to share again in the comment section and we'll always find a way to get back to you. I've been your host, Christine Kasina, and this is the Kingdom Bank Growth Hub Open Talk series where we purpose to empower you, and I hope you did get empowered in today's session. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.